So get this going. And if you could, at the end of the presentation, we'll do some Q&A afterward. You can either use your mic or put it in the chat, and I will answer those questions. So let me see if I can pull this up real quick. One second. I kind of had this issue earlier where I had to stop and start to pull up the right one. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so I was asked by Miss Bradshaw to do a presentation on whether community college is right for you. I've come across a lot of students in my experience that have asked me questions like, should I come to TCC or should I go straight to university? And I honestly can't tell you. I don't have a right answer for that because it's really up to the student. So the only thing I can really do is provide you with enough information to help you make a decision. I can talk to you a little about, what community colleges in general have to offer. And based on that information, it's really up to the student to decide if you feel like you need to attend a community college or if you're ready for a bigger university. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started here. First things first. Now, this page says Tarrant County College, but this is pretty much the same thing, that the same types of degrees and certifications that are offered at community colleges in general. So at community colleges, we offer 2-year associate's degrees and certifications. Okay, so we do not offer 4-year bachelor's degrees. Those are only earned at universities. Okay, so but there are different types of 2-year associate's degrees that we offer at community colleges. One is an Associate of Arts degree, and that is for students who plan on just coming to a community college to take your basics, take your core classes, and then transfer to another college or university. We've also got Associate of Science degrees. This is another transferable degree, but it's for students who want to transfer but then pursue a bachelor's degree in a science discipline at the 4-year institution. Then we've got yet another transferable degree called Associate of Arts in Teaching. And again, that's for students who want to transfer, but then want to pursue a teaching certification and degree at a 4-year institution. Then we have our actual 2-year associate's degree programs at TCC called Associate of Applied Sciences. And those are programs that we offer at the community college that students earn that 2-year degree and then move on and try to get a job using that 2-year college degree that they've earned. And then we have certificates of completion, and that's for students who perhaps maybe don't want to go to school for a full 2 years, or they don't want to go to school for a full 4 years, but they want to learn some additional job skills and earn a certification that can help them be more employable out in the workspace as well. So we have, like I said, we've got a little something for everybody. Okay. So as an example, at TCC, we're a rather large community college. We've got over 70 different disciplines of study for students to choose from if you're wanting to pursue an associate's degree in one of our programs that we offer. Some of the examples of 2-year programs that we offer, really just at our Northwest campus. We've got multiple campuses, but these are just some examples. Aviation maintenance, fire technology, criminal justice, dance, and horticulture. Again, these are some examples of programs that you can find at community colleges. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about exactly what community colleges have to offer. All right. First of all, smaller class sizes. Okay. So this means that students in community colleges are able to get a little bit more one-on-one instruction. And this can be helpful for a student who's really trying to transition from high school on to college. And it's going to help them get a better idea of what the expectation is going to be as well, while being able to receive that one-on-one instruction, that individual help. So as an example, at what you're going to get at community colleges, at TCC, our faculty to student ratio is or it should be student to faculty ratio, is 22 students to 1 faculty member. Okay, so you're going to see class sizes that are going to be comparable to what you already have in high school, and some might even be a little bit smaller. Okay, so that can really benefit a student who's trying to get their feet wet in college. Okay, at a university, you may have classes anywhere from 50, as large as 50 students to 250 students. And sitting in a classroom that large can be sometimes a little intimidating. I speak from experience from being in classrooms that were huge auditoriums where it can be a little intimidating, especially if you have questions, and you're afraid to ask because you don't want to look dumb in front of your classmates when other people may have the same question. So that's one of the things about being a community college is students can feel a little bit more comfortable asking questions and stuff like that. Okay. Program diversity. Like I mentioned before, we've got something for everybody. So not only do community colleges offer a myriad of 2-year degree programs to choose from, but we also offer many certification programs, like I said, that may take anywhere from a semester or 2 to complete. So not everyone wants to pursue that 2-year associate's degree or the 4-year bachelor's, but at a community college, you have the capability of learning a specific job skill that makes you more employable in the form of a certification. And these are just some examples of some of the certifications that you can find at community colleges, like basic firefighting. At TCC, we actually offer a professional pilot certification, building technology, real estate, social work, and among many, many others. I know at TCC, we've probably got over 180 different certifications you can earn that you can use to help you find a job. Okay. Flexible schedules. All right. You can usually find flexible schedules, not just at community colleges, but at universities as well. But community colleges do offer flexible schedules as well. So we not only have the regular, classes held Monday through Friday during the day, but we also offer courses in the evenings. We offer a weekend college for students who are only available on the weekends. And we offer online courses as well. There are also multiple sessions offered within a semester to accommodate students, when trying to schedule classes around their life. So a regular semester is 16 weeks long. Okay, so students in the community college, like at TCC, have options to take classes the first half of that 16-week session. We call it first 8 weeks. Of course, that is the material condensed into half the time, so it is a little more accelerated. But if a student needs to complete a class, within the first half of the semester, you can do that. If a student, for whatever reason, isn't available to take classes until the second half of the semester, you can do that as well, the second 8 weeks. We've got courses offered just within 12-week sessions. Again, I mentioned the weekend sessions, and then we have winter and Maymesters that are like 2 to 2.5 weeks long for those students who need to knock out a class, really quickly. Let's say if they're close to graduating or transferring or something like that. Okay, so again, a lot of flexibility when creating your schedule in the community college. Affordability is another perk about a community college. Community colleges in general are a little bit more affordable than a university. We often offer flat rate tuition, which means the cost is flat out. It's very clear, I guess, so to say. There's no hidden fees, so it's fairly easy to figure out how much your tuition is going to be. So I know at TCC there aren't any additional fees you have to pay for or anything. Our classes are just $64 a credit hour. That's it. Okay, so it's at college or universities in general, most classes are worth 3 hours credit. So if you were to take a 1 3-hour class at a community college like TCC, where it's $64 a credit hour, it's simply multiplying that times 3, and you come to $192 a class. All right. To be considered full-time in both college and at a university, you need to be taking a minimum of 12 hours, which is about 4 classes. So that comes out to $768 a semester. And that's your tuition. There's no library fee, no technology fee, anything like that. Now, if you were to want to take a course that may require you, like some of the automotive courses may require you to purchase your own tools or things like that, or some of the healthcare professions may require you to purchase some of your own equipment. But other than that, the cost of the class itself is flat out. So that's what it's going to be. So we're community colleges in general, again, are pretty affordable. And how this also can affect students is when it comes to financial aid. Oftentimes, since tuition is so inexpensive at community colleges, your financial aid is going to go a lot further. Okay. Oftentimes, whatever money you qualify for, let's say if you were to apply for FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, most likely your reward is going to pay for not only your class but your whole semester, if not a whole school year of college at community college. Whereas if a student was to attend a university, that might only pay for a couple of classes or so. Okay, so affordability is a big reason why some students opt to attend a community college over university, is to be able to, utilize their financial aid, essentially go to a school for free for 2 years and then try to transfer. Okay. So how do you apply for admissions at community college? In Texas, it's pretty simple. At community colleges, we often have open admission. We accept everybody. Okay. We're open door institutions. So we have high school graduates that attend TCC from either public, private, or home schools. We've got adults that attend TCC or community colleges with a high school diploma or that have received a GED. Most colleges require either one of those, either a high school diploma or a GED in order to attend. We work with students who are college transfers. Perhaps they went off to a university and for whatever reason they need to transfer back to the community college, maybe because they want to save some money after all, or be closer to home, or maybe they need to boost their GPA a little bit more after maybe partying a little too much. We also have early high school students attend community colleges, and those are students that are still in high school that have not yet graduated, but they would like to go ahead and start earning college credit. They can do that. Now, early high school students are strictly earning college credit only. If a student is interested in earning both college credit and high school credit at the same time, they can participate in the dual credit program, which is offered at high schools, where there are faculty members from community colleges within the high school teaching college level courses where students can earn college level credit and high school credit at the same time. Okay. Then we have students who have earned a GED. And then we have students considered continuing education students who just want to take some non-credit personal enrichment classes. Some of those may include sewing or photography or swimming lessons or something like that, or take a computer class just to be more proficient in like Excel. Okay, we offer that as well. How to apply for admission at community college? A couple different ways. The most popular way, most common form actually, is to use the applytexas.org website. A lot of students in Texas are familiar with this site because it's used to not only apply for community colleges, but also apply for universities as well. It's a place where a student can keep track of all of their applications in one place, and you can even copy existing applications you've already submitted to new applications you want to create. Some of the questions can be kind of confusing though, so some students do kind of struggle navigating this online application, and because of that, some community colleges like TCC have opted to create their own online application. So that's our application right there at www.tccd.edu/applytcc. And what we've simply done is eliminated some of those questions that can throw students off. So our application, and most community colleges that have their own application, it's a little bit easier to go through. The questions are clear. The application is shorter and straight to the point. Okay. Community colleges accept both. I know at TCC we accept both the Applied Texas application and our own application, and the turnaround on that application, once it's submitted, is about 24 to 48 hours for processing. Typically, after a student clicks submit on either the Applied Texas application or the online TCC application, you'll receive an email immediately just notifying you that you've applied to that institution. And then usually after it's been processed, you'll receive a second email that's got your login credentials as well as your community college ID number and instructions on what to do next, like how to set up your community college email. Okay. Another form of application is a simple paper application. Now, not all community colleges may offer this option. It might be online only, especially with the current COVID situation we've got going on. But at TCC, we do offer a paper application as well. And oftentimes, some people opted to complete a paper application if they didn't have a social security number. And the reason for that is because if you are to leave your social security number off of the Applied Texas application, it will take you to another section of that application that asks you a lot of personal questions that some students might not know the answers to. So it can be really confusing. And if you fill out that question incorrectly or you skip it altogether, it may not let you submit that application. And that's one of the reasons why community colleges create their own online application. Is if a student does not have a social security number, you can still attend college, but it makes it easier to submit your application that way. So again, that's one reason why some students in the past have decided to try to submit a paper application, just because it's a lot easier. And again, that's submitted in person at any campus's registrar's office. Now, currently, we are offering limited student services, in-person student services at each one of our campuses. So there are representatives from the registrar's office that you can still speak with and submit a paper application if you need to. Okay. Same processing time period for those. It takes about 24 to 48 hours to process those. Okay. So what are some of the documents you're going to need to submit to community colleges after you've applied? This is pretty much all the same across the board, both for colleges and universities. You're going to have to submit your high school transcript. We need proof that you're a high school graduate or you've earned a GED. We need official transcripts from accredited colleges and universities you've previously attended. So if, let's say, maybe you moved into your high school from another county and you took dual credit somewhere else and you have college credit from another community college, we're going to want that transcript so that we can give you credit for that. If you've participated in On-Ramps, which is a popular program that's through the University of Texas, and you have a transcript through the University of Texas On-Ramps program, we're going to want that transcript, okay? Other things we might need are scores for approved placement tests you've taken. Community colleges typically don't require SAT or ACT test scores. However, if a student has taken either one of those exams or both, and you've scored high enough to place you into college level courses and exempt you from the TSI assessment, which we will talk about here shortly, okay, which is just a placement test, then we're going to want proof that we're going to want proof of those scores. So submitting your SAT or ACT scores would be recommended. Okay, any individual approval forms. So this is really for students who, like I mentioned before, those students who are early high school students who have not yet graduated but might want to attend a community college. You may need individual approval in order to do that. But as long as you have either SAT or ACT scores or placement testing scores that make you eligible to take college level courses, then you can do that. You just might need to fill out a little bit more additional paperwork. Okay. And then residency documentation. So this is because tuition differs in community colleges based on whether you live in county, out of county, or you've just recently moved to the state, or maybe you're even paying out of state tuition. Okay. So like at TCC, our flat rate tuition, which is $64 a credit hour, is only for in-county residents. So if there is a student who lives outside of Tarrant County but wants to take a class at TCC, that tuition is going to increase. Same if a student has lived out of the state, lives out of the state of Texas, or has just recently moved and hasn't lived in the county for at least 1 year, um, they have different tuition rates. So that's why residency documentation may be required if you have not lived in Tarrant County for at least 1 year. Okay. Eventually, you can establish residency though, and then end up ultimately paying that in-county resident tuition fee. Bacterial meningitis shot information. This is required not just at community colleges in Texas, but also at universities as well for students who are taking classes on campus. Now, given the current COVID situation, this is going to differ from institution to institution. I know right now at TCC, if you are taking classes only online, then you are not required to submit proof of a bacterial meningitis shot. However, if you are taking classes at one of our campuses, which there are few courses available for students to take on campus, then you would be required to submit proof that you've had a bacterial meningitis shot. Now, right now, courses that are only offered on campus are typically those that require hands-on instruction. So if you're taking like welding, automotive, HVAC classes, healthcare profession classes like nursing, physical therapist assistant, dental hygiene, courses that require in-person instruction, those are the only students really right now at TCC that are required to submit proof of a bacterial meningitis shot. Okay, but if you are taking classes in person at community college or at universities, you will be required to submit proof of a bacterial meningitis shot in the state of Texas. Okay. Some more important information. In college in general, there's 3 terms offered: the fall, spring, and summer. At TCC, our tuition and fees are not due until August 1st. Now, this is going to differ from school to school, okay? So at TCC, registration for the fall semester actually begins in April, usually around the second half of April, third week or so. However, whatever classes you register for, you're not going to have to pay for until August 1st. Okay, so that's definitely something you're going to want to pay attention to. If you, regardless of what school you attend, is when your tuition is going to be due. Okay, the closer you get to the start of classes, the sooner your tuition is going to be due. Okay. Any first-time in college students must apply at least 2 weeks prior to the beginning of the session. Okay, now again, this is also something you're going to want to research regardless of what school you go to. So at TCC, we only accept applications for a certain semester at least 2 weeks prior to when that semester starts. For example, if a student wants to attend the fall 2021 semester, if you plan on attending that fall, you're going to need to submit your application at least 2 weeks prior to that start date of classes. Okay. Hopefully you don't wait that long anyways, but sometimes students have plans to attend another school, and for whatever reason, their plans change and they want to enroll at the community college as soon as possible. So they try to fill out an application. Sometimes it might be, barely before that deadline, or unfortunately it might be too late. So they might need to look at either a later session within that semester, or they need to apply for the following semester. Okay. So like I mentioned before, there are multiple sessions within a semester that you can apply for. So as long as you have your application in 2 weeks prior to the beginning of that session, then you can still attend. Okay. Talk a little bit about testing. All right. How you can access some information about testing on our TCC website is you visit www.tccd.edu, click on where it says admissions, scroll down and click on testing centers, and you can get some information about all the testing centers at TCC. These are some of the services offered at those testing centers. We offer the TSI assessment, which I'll elaborate on here in a second. We offer CLEP testing. CLEP testing is for students who want to test out of a certain subject and see if they can earn college credit that way. Oftentimes, students try to do this in foreign languages, like Spanish. And then we also offer e-learning or distance learning testing, and that's for students who are taking online classes. They may have to come into one of our testing centers to take a final exam or something like that. The testing services department is also where you submit your petition for AP credit. So if you have taken an AP course, you've taken the AP exam and you've earned credit that way, you're going to want to submit that petition to the testing services department so that we can apply that credit to your TCC transcript. Okay. Currently, the hours for the testing services for the fall and spring are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Fridays, 8 to 5. If you plan on taking any exams in person, which right now we're only offering limited in-person testing, you need to check in at one of our testing centers by 4 p.m. if you're taking all 3 parts of the TSI assessment. Again, I'll talk about that here in a second. If you're only taking 2 parts or 1 part, then you need to check in by 5 p.m. And this is so you're not feeling rushed to complete that exam based on our regular operating hours. So what's the TSI? The TSI is a placement test that just measures college readiness. It's used throughout the state of Texas by community colleges and universities alike. Like I mentioned before, community colleges do not require SAT or ACT test scores. However, if you do not have those scores, you would be required to take the TSI assessment. Okay, it's not a pass or fail test. It helps us measure if you are ready for college level courses or if you need to take a developmental course. Okay, it's 3 parts: writing, reading, and math. Okay, and it's actually free to take this exam. So again, if you think you might be exempt, or if you would like to inquire about how you can be exempt from the TSI, you need to have taken either the SAT or the ACT, and not just that, but you need to have scored high enough on those exams to place you into college level courses. Now, for the SAT, you need to have scored at least a 530 on the math and or a 480 on the verbal section. Okay, I say and or because you can be partially exempt. All right. For the ACT, you do need to have an overall score of at least 23 first, and then have at least a 19 on the math and or 19 on the verbal section. Okay. We can look at both exams. We call it super scoring to see if maybe you met the requirement on the SAT and then meet the another requirement on the ACT. Okay. Again, the TSI assessment is free to in-county high school seniors, okay, or high school students. All right. Some other TSI assessment facts: do you have to have a testing referral form? Yes, you do. And to receive a testing referral, you would need to get in contact with a success coach, and I'll talk about success coaches and their role here shortly. They will provide you with a testing referral and make sure that you've completed the pre-assessment activity requirement. Okay. What do you need to bring to the TSI center? A government issued photo ID is mandatory, or high school student ID, your testing referral form. Right now, your testing referral forms are actually attached to your online student account, and we do that ourselves. And a receipt from business services if you needed to actually pay for your TSI. Let's say if you graduated from high school a year or 2 ago and you're no longer eligible for a free test, you would have to pay for it first, bring your receipt in, and then you can take the TSI. Can you use a calculator? No, unfortunately you cannot. One is provided for you on the exam, and you get your scores back immediately. Okay, so after you complete the test, you'll get your scores back right after you complete that test. Okay, so you have an idea of where you stand. So one of the requirements before you can take the TSI is a pre-assessment activity, and this is something that is noted on your testing referral. A success coach will make a note that you have fulfilled this requirement. The pre-assessment activity is really just about a 20-minute presentation to give you a heads up of what to expect on that TSI exam, how to prepare, and even show you some sample questions. Okay. Again, it's got to be completed before you can take the TSI, otherwise you will not be eligible. Okay. Each institution, each community college that offers the TSI has their own pre-assessment activity. Some have it in just like a couple a short, brief document that's front and back that just kind of explains what to expect. And some have like a little video. At TCC, we offer a little video that's about 20 minutes long that students watch to get an idea of what to expect on that TSI. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about advising and counseling, okay, at the community college. Some of the services they provide. In the advising and counseling offices, they provide professional advising and counseling services to support students in achieving their educational, career, and life goals. Okay, so they can help you figure out what you need to do to accomplish your academic goals, whatever those may be. They can do some score interpretation. So after you've taken the TSI and you get your scores back, you're going to want to have an idea of where you stand. So the success coaches or academic advisors can help you figure out what your TSI test scores mean and help you figure out what classes you're eligible to take based on your TSI test scores. They can also help you discuss career goals and provide you with a review of TCC degree options. Okay. They can also get you signed up for something called NSGA, and each community college has their form of student orientation. This is ours at TCC, New Student Group Advisement. It's just an hour-long session that can help acclimate you, get you acclimated to the college. We can talk to you about all the different student services we offer. It's just really a basic information session. You know, how to get your parking pass. We'll show you how to navigate your student online portal where you can register for classes and stuff like that. We'll show you how to pay for classes, how to set appointments, all kinds of different things. I know our NSGA session at TCC is only about an hour long, so they're not that long. And currently, we're offering these sessions online, due to COVID. Okay, but in the past, when everything was back to normal, these sessions were offered in person. Okay. All in all, the NSGA session is designed to provide information to help students adjust to college and be successful in accomplishing their goals. So, first time in college students and success coaches, what's their role? So, success coaches are really there to provide first year students with a foundation that will increase student engagement and success retention. And the purpose of the success coach is really to help you complete the admissions process. So, they'll review your student account, make sure your application has been successfully processed, make sure that you've submitted your documents, make sure you have TSI test scores on file or SAT, ACT test scores on file, and they can help you get signed up for NSGA and then move you along to the next step, which would be meeting with an academic advisor. Okay. Like it says below, their goal is to assist first-year students in establishing an academic pathway through the institution. So really, they're there to help you complete the admissions process and answer any questions that you might have before they hand you off to an academic advisor, which is where you will actually start developing your degree plan. Okay. Typically, you do not need to set an appointment to meet with a success coach. In the past, walk-ins are welcome, or right now you can even just visit us on our website, and we have a chat box where you can visit with a success coach or email them to speak with them. Another duty of a success coach is to provide you with referrals to the different support services, whether it be tutoring services, or if you need to visit the transfer center, or if you need accommodations through our student accessibility resource services department, or you need to see the nurse or anything like that. Success coaches can help you, can help point you in the right direction. Okay. And they can also help direct you, let's say, to career services for those students who need academic or career and technical advising. You know, if you're confused or unsure of what pathway you want to pursue while attending college. To help you with that, counselors can also assist you as well. They can refer you to something called My Plan, which is offered at TCC, but most community colleges have something similar. And it's really just an individual assessment that asks you a lot of questions about what you're interested in. And so it's like an interest inventory. Oftentimes we see students who are unsure of what career pathway they want to pursue, but they know the importance of getting an education. So taking an assessment through My Plan, which is free, and through our career services department, can help them figure out, what degree or what career they want to pursue. Okay. And counselors in general can help you with your personal and social adjustments to college. Okay. They're there to be somebody to talk to if you're having any kind of issues. Okay. So, student activities, how can you get involved? This is one, I guess, stigma about community colleges that is out there is that, if you attend community college, you're not going to be able to have the same experiences that you're going to get at a university, and that is not true at all. There are tons of different ways that you can still get involved while attending a community college. For example, okay, you can participate in first year experience, and this is where if you want to visit with incoming students or present or help new students navigate new student orientations or participate in life skills seminars, you can present to incoming or prospective students about your experiences and help them feel more comfortable. Okay. You're basically part of the welcome club. Okay. The welcome wagon or whatever. We also hold campus events at all of our campuses. For example, we have various multicultural programs that you can be a part of and festivals. We've got student success programming. There are leadership opportunities on all of our campuses. If you're interested in that, leadership organizations you can be a part of, like Leadership Academy, Emerging Leaders, Campus Ambassadors, and even peer leaders. All of these things, just getting involved in general, also look really good on a college transcript when you are applying to transfer to another university, okay, which is what a lot of students do at the community college. So if you want to boost that transcript and hopefully increase your chances of being accepted at a university, you want to show campus involvement, okay? We also offer clubs and organizations you can be a part of. For example, at TCC, we've got over 250 different clubs and organizations you can be a part of. So we've got something for everybody. Some examples include Veterans Club, honor societies, religious groups, interest groups, you know. And another good thing is if there's a club or organization that that we don't have that perhaps you're interested in, you have the freedom to visit our student activities offices that are located at each campus and at community college campuses across the state of Texas that will give you an opportunity to start your own club. Okay. So again, there are tons of different ways that you can get involved on campus at community colleges. All right. And I want to say, I think that really wraps us up. So if anybody has any questions, here's my personal contact information at TCC. If you have specific questions, you can email me or try to give me a phone call. If you would like to speak to a success coach at the Northwest campus, there is their email as well. I can also help you get in touch with them. And both myself and Northwest Campus success coaches are here to help walk you through the admissions process for TCC. So if you have questions or if you get confused, there's two different I guess ways you can get in contact with somebody that can assist you. Okay. So at this time, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. And if there are any questions, you can either type them in the chat or you can unmute yourself and I can answer them that way. I appreciate you guys for attending this session. And like I said, I'll give it a few minutes. And if anybody has any questions, let me know. Otherwise, if you don't want to, I hope you have a great day and are able to attend some other sessions and get some great information. Again, if something comes up in the future, then here, I'll even put my email in the chat because I've already clicked off of my PowerPoint presentation. But that is my email. Feel free to email me and share my contact information with others who might need help as well.
Hey, Joshua, just a question. What's the next
Thank you guys for attending.
Oh, I think we have a question.
Yeah, when's the next session? Will you have another session in the next minutes?
When's the next session?
Yes, of this same topic.
On this was the final session for